Music is really the only thing that ever, spoke to me and moved me and made me motivated. I was, pretty shit in school, and nothing that I did throughout my life before music really made sense to me. I was working at, Walmart and just random retail stores, and I finally just, discovered music and started learning playing guitar and drums, and then eventually started singing, and it was just, it consumed me, and it became all I wanted to do, all I was good at. So I mean, some might say that sounds like a last resort, but it was more so just this, I guess, this calling that made me feel like, this is what I was meant to do. And I mean, I still would never be able to imagine myself doing anything else but playing music and being in a band. I think I knew that Motionless had something about us that stood out when I started noticing like all the fans saying what they felt about what we were doing. And I mean, music's, even before I started learning how to play, single-handedly kept me alive. And I know it's kind of become a stupid bullshit cliche thing to say that these days, where, oh, music saved my life, or this band saved me. And I think a lot of people use that saying so frivolously, and they just say it because it's kind of trendy now. But there are, a vast majority of people that do feel that way, and that was my situation, where, just listening to stuff that spoke to me and made me feel like, I hate saying like, someone was there for me, because it's not like the people that were singing were there, but it was the only thing that I was able to really do to get my mind off of school and parents and work and all that shit. So, when people started saying that stuff to me about us, that was when I felt, wow, this is actually amazing. This is what I want to be doing. Must be doing something right. And that's when, I realized that I kind of have this responsibility now, that I have to keep that going, and I don't want to be in a band that just exists just to exist, and not have any kind of, I don't know what word, any kind of meaning, I guess. That I feel like where we're at now is in a pretty good spot. If the band failed or never worked out from the get-go, I mean, I really don't know what I'd be doing, because I hated everything about my life before the band and everything. So I don't even know how I could really answer that question. I think I'd probably just be working, doing whatever I was doing before this, just hating my life, and maybe trying to find something else that I was good at along the way, and pushing towards that as a career. But it's really kind of too hard of a question to answer right now. I definitely feel a lot of things about putting our music out in public, just because, especially today, there's so much room for criticism from fans, and everybody has something to say, and no matter what you do and no matter what you look like and sound like, etc., there's just going to be people that are going to try to tear you down. So it is nerve-wracking in some way, more so just in the sense that if we want to stay a band and keep doing what we're doing, we have to do something right that people like, because they're the ones that are supporting you and keeping you alive. So that's definitely, brings a lot of anxiousness and stress to the situation. But I feel like at the same time, we're a band that just doesn't give a fuck, and we're going to do what we want to do, and if people like it, then great, and if not, sucks for you, but at least we did what we wanted to do. And I can never, really feel like disappointed in that way, like I failed at something, because at least it made me happy and was what I wanted. So I don't know. I can't say that there's really ever been a time where I thought like, oh, I'm not going to make it back home, this is it. I mean, I'm terrified, scared to death of flying, so anytime that happens, I'm always just a ball of stress and just biting my nails the entire time. I fucking hate flying more than anything in the world. And we have a nice 8-hour flight back from the UK in a couple days, so that's nerve-wracking. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, any other time we're on tour, there's your typical vehicle traffic, we got hit by a car once in the mountains in Salt Lake City, and that was pretty scary. But never really anything besides flying that really stresses me out. I'm not sure if I could really pinpoint an exact instance in where I've been the most emotional over any other time. It's just playing shows that are just huge. You know, we played the Brixton Academy on this tour, and that was 5,000 people, and that's the most people we've ever played to in a club in our entire career. So that was like, you know, you just go on stage and you see all these people, and it's just like you have to take a breath and step back and realize what's in front of you, and that can definitely get pretty overwhelming emotionally, for sure. There's been other times where the crowd just is regardless of the size or how many people, the crowd's awesome, and you just get so immersed and just consumed by the vibe and energy, and it's awesome. And then there's other times where I get really, really angry because of technical issues, and I just lose my mind and completely black out, and I feel like I go harder than I normally do because I have all this extra, you know, frustrated adrenaline. So there's different kinds of emotions, and I've been through all of them throughout the time this band's been a band on stage. I think my 15-year-old self would be proud. I mean, because that's kind of, I think right around when I started getting into playing, and you know, now knowing that I'm doing what I've wanted to do since that point, it'd be awesome. I think that my 15-year-old self was pretty naive now that I live in this world and in this industry and I do the things I do. So I think my 15-year-old self would kind of be shocked to see that what I thought this world was isn't exactly the same. But I think I'd be pretty happy with myself and proud, and just, I don't know, looking forward to seeing what else is going to happen.